We'll do it in 2. That's only smart. They go too long. The viewership is already 0, but I mean, sometimes I get the occasional 1 or 2 view. And people also wonder, like, you know, about the whole fucking streaming thing collapsing. It's not collapsed. I mean, I'm going to come back. I have every intent and will and want and desire to come back and plan on doing so. But, fuck, you got to be motivated sometimes. There's this point where you just keep banging your head up against the wall and you wonder. That's not me trying to be whiny. It's just me trying to be honest. Probably came across as whiny, but hey. I guess it was, but at the same time, I think you know what I'm saying. If you show up every day for 5 years, now granted, there was quite a bit of progress made in those 5 years, but then you're still like streaming and it's just like no one's really there. Sometimes it takes a long time, but I'm just saying it's human psychology, all right? That's why you got to set smart goals. Let's get there, and then we need to change people because we need to get everybody prepped up for the end. Split this in 2 so it's reasonable. So now Gilbert's put me in this really tough position. One, as a human, you're disappointed when your animal just like, even though it makes bearded dragons an excellent pet, the idea that your pet just decides to sleep for 9 months, up to 9 months, is pretty disappointing because we enjoy spending time with him and bringing him out and watching him and feeding him and all that. Like, that's the whole point of owning him. But it is what it is. I mean, they're animals, and that's the thing. They got to follow their instincts. The second thing is, bearded dragons, reptiles generally, they can't feel love. Like, that's just not in them. They don't have that part of the brain. They have no hypothalamus, that no emotion center. I think that they bond with you. I think that they trust you. I think they even come to like you if they can do that. And maybe they understand companionship in such a way that we don't understand it, but it is companionship. But all we can do is say, look, these are the areas of the brain we know that a reptile has. Here's how we understand the brain, and here's what we figured they think. We know they're smarter than we give them credit for. Like, they literally taught bearded dragons in a lab. They taught one group of bearded dragons how to press a button, open a door, and get fed. And then they did this in Australia. They do all kinds of like interesting studies in Australia and like New Zealand and stuff with bearded dragons. Then they took that same group of bearded dragons they taught how to do that, introduced them into the other group of dragons, and the dragons that they had taught then went on to teach all the other bearded dragons how to open the door. So like, that's actually a huge deal, because that is behavior that had only ever been witnessed in octopus and cuttlefish. So what do they call those things? We had talked to her, and she doesn't have the bastard of Bella Wood. Who did we bring out to do that then? Because somebody's got to have it. Aerie, we've never used Aerie hardly this playthrough. Not her. We're switching characters real fast. Not the Wraith. We already kind of know it's not Hogan. It's not Ori. Definitely not Emma, which we already checked, so I feel, but you know, redundancy here. Cephalopods? I think that's it, cephalopods. I was gonna Google it, but I'm pretty sure that's right. So, cephalopods and primates have been the only two species where we've witnessed that. And I bet, like, probably that species of bird, like, with the ravens and crows, and there's a few other birds in that family that are super smart, could do it. But yeah, it's not at all common and in the animal world. But bearded dragons could do it. And they're finding out more and more that reptiles are actually pretty damn smart, like monitor lizards. But reptiles are closely connected to birds, and we know that birds aren't stupid. Their brains are just different. They're not as evolved as we are, don't get me wrong, but I think that we can arguably say that some monitor lizards are certainly smarter than, like, say, like koalas. Like, they're curious, they show the ability to solve complex problems, they get bored, which is a sign of intelligence in and of itself. See, there's this argument made all the time, like, what's the first sign of intelligence in an animal? Some will say it's social behavior, so like dogs and how they organize, and elephants and stuff. It limits it greatly because most animals on this planet are not like mammals and apes and stuff with the need, the literal need to socialize. But some people say, well, it's sociability, the fact that they learn to communicate with other animals in like kind. Well, if that's the case, bearded dragons do. They have social behaviors. They're solo animals. They're solitary animals by nature, but the way that they change their color or their beard displays anger or displays, you know, for them, happiness or health. Black skin, they're cold. Bright, colorful excuse me, skin almost glowing, happy, healthy, doing well. Is their mouth gaping or not? They either, you know, are hot or they want to be left alone. Head bobbing, they're trying to signal dominance. The whole hand wave thing that they do, we don't even understand why they do that. Stress marks on their belly. They've got a number of behaviors and they act dog-like. I'm not saying they're as smart as a dog. And they don't love you like a dog. I'm not delusional. But they can do that, but they aren't social, to be fair. They are not social animals. Some people will argue it's boredom. If you can get bored, that must mean that you can be stimulated intellectually in some way. Intellectually, I don't mean like, you know, go to Yale or something like that. I just mean intelligence is just information. You know, you lack stimulus, you're bored. Meaning there must be something going on upstairs for you to be able to get bored. But Gilbert yawns. Did we lose this thing? Because I am not finding it, and I don't understand that at all. Like, we definitely lost some people this run, but it was nowhere near. Am I missing it? Oh, yeah, I'm totally missing it. There it is. I for some reason just expected it to be special. I wasn't reading. That's on me. I wasn't reading. I thought it would have a special look to it when I looked at these. And now that I'm sort of in this loop of, hey, I just am doing YouTube for a minute, it's this is actually, look at this. Look at that lethality. Look at that dismember. Look at that easy use. That's really good. This Gladius has ended up being really good too. Who's this Brock guy who keeps showing up? Like Brock's smelly backpack. I'm gonna grab that. I think this is Oz, yeah, so she'll definitely get to make it. I should also fill somebody up with the notes that we got from there. Brock's odd smelling backpack. Who is Brock in the State of Decay series? I feel like I should know this, but for some reason I don't. Oz is not going to see much more use, so I'm just going to go ahead and start filling her up here. Where's the special backpack we got for like the bounty broker pack? It was all decked out as well. Another thing that's good is that army pack. Must be out. We definitely want the comfortable packs to make it. Those things are real good. Eat my shorts. Oh yeah, this thing needs to go. I think the Haven device is already packed up. Smoked yams. Steamed yams. What is it? I don't know. I know it's real famous, so. Well, this jaw thing should go. Alright, well, I guess she's officially all ready. Except that bastard of Bella Wood needs to go on Grace. Where the hell's Grace at? It looked like maybe it was Grace. So I'm just saying they definitely show signs of intelligence. Probably aren't the smartest creatures in the world, but on some level they do bond with us. And I know we bond with them more than they bond with us, and they would never, like in nature, you know, if they like somehow became the apex predator, I seriously doubt it would be in their DNA to, hey, let's have a human and let's feed it our excess food and let our electric bill go up by $20 a month because, you know, it's just so cute. I don't think that's in them, if I had to guess. But that being said, dude, Grace is done. She's fucking, it's midday and she's asleep on that pillow. That's how much she's hurting right now. The only thing, you know what, I'm good. Emma, I know you're gonna make it. So everyone tells us they can die if you wake them up. If you don't wake them up, they'll die. Don't wake them up, they'll die. Here's the problem with that. He hasn't pooped in 3 weeks.
Hello there.
And we've tried everything.
What's going
And
on?
God, I hope this story has a happy ending, because it would be terrible if it doesn't, for both Grandma and me. I feel like J. Edgar Hoover, you know, like fucking hanging out with his mom. Anyway, the fed him super worms covered in, that probably was peaky, olive oil. Just to, apparently that acts as a natural laxative, clean him out. No luck. Fed him pumpkin puree. Everyone told me on the forums, or at least what I read, it's perfect. She was already prepped and ready. But light, these are not so common, so I'll take a lot of these light arrows off their hands. Give her all the winter stuff, because that kind of suits what we're going with her, and then Hook is going to get to go, and I think Hook's it. I might take Kimberly out. If I have the room, I'll take Kimberly, because why not? Even though I doubt she'll see any more play in her existence.
Hello there. I had faith in that plan, and it paid off.
1 gas can. Hooray for what, like 20 fuel? That's usually how it works anyway. We need to grab the comfortable pack. Whoever's got that damn thing. Pumpkin puree, applesauce, all organic, all fully natural, no processed foods whatsoever. The Haven capsule. This needs to go with either Grace or Oz, who I know that I'll play as again. So much so that I even have thought about taking Oz to get her first. Whatchamacallit? Legacy in the Lone Wolf playthrough that we're going to start after this. Damn Force Slugger, Freedom Ringer.
Much right now.
Splitting Maul. I don't think I have yet to get the really good heavy weapons. We need to go for that on the next one. This is considered one of the better ones. I know that, but it's still not special. You run into this all the time. Souvenir Caveman Club. Yeah, I can go. Bonobo, I know that's rare. Leo May, sure. What else? What else is rare? That's what matters now. The shiny stuff. See, I no longer like bringing characters in with this stuff, though, to be honest with you. Because it pretty much means, what the hell do we do next? Like, you don't set a goal like, hey, we need to get the network relay. At least there's something left for this community to do. Because you already did it. So it takes quite a bit of the fun out. And you know what? Just because I like you, Hook, and I could see myself playing you again, you get the fancy knife. I was going to try to make sure it gets out of here. And that's what I got. I was going to give Oz. Now, Hook might make it out, but I know that Oz is a character I want to bring back. I feel like I wanted to do an all red Talon run for the Day 99 run, but now I'm leaning towards Vin, and I'm leaning towards... I could put that away because you get those all the time. You don't get Brock's odd smelling backpack all the time though. I was gonna put the Haven device in here.
I'm carrying a bit much.
There we go. Okay, so in the meantime, let's take Hogan's Heroes out and do, I don't know, something. I guess go loot until we get this mission spawned in. Get some things going at the base. Probably the legacy mission is next, though. Hopefully Grace can heal up in the meantime. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Something to do. Still disappointed you don't get to meet...
Please, get here as fast as you can.
sorts of ammo. Lily in the course of this. Might also burn up some of this Cleo ammo, too. Well, I don't have... Oh, I have tons. Holy shit. I didn't realize I had that much. And I wish that was a sidearm. That thing looks cool. Oh, whiskey. We didn't load up whiskey. I guess we do have some cool guns we could put away. None of these are sidearms. These things should be sidearms. No pump shotguns. Kodiaks. We got all kinds of good guns. And we definitely want to take... I think I gave Grace the Eternal Guard's Rage. So that's going to go with us. For sure. Oh, we want a sidearm. What the hell? Do I not have any sidearms in? There we go. Let's take that with us. Why not? Big old 44 caliber rounds that I never have any of. 357. This needs 44 Magnum. Alrighty. So yeah, can't wake him up, but he also needs to poop before he goes into brumation. So now we can't win for trying. And my thought on it is I'm just gonna have to wake him up, and sooner rather than later. And tomorrow it's either gonna be a shorter day, and my boss was real like weird about tomorrow, so I think I'm gonna wake Gilbert up, because the deeper he gets into it, the worse it's gonna be. If we're lucky, I lost any track of any of the other thoughts on Gilbert, by the way. If there was some other story I started getting on, sorry. If we're lucky, he's awake tomorrow, just like on his own. You know, he's like, oh, fuck it. I don't actually want to sleep the winter away, which makes me wish that we as humans could do that. Wouldn't that be nice? Be like, you know what? Life just kind of sucks right now. It's tough. Times are hard. I'm just gonna go ahead and sleep for a little while. I'm not gonna eat. I'm not gonna drink. I'm just gonna go into a really deep, relaxing sleep. It would be nice, but it'll also be terrible because our lives are so short, really. And that's the thing about bearded dragons. Like, if you have a bearded dragon last 15 years, that's a long-lived bearded dragon. You did an excellent job at that point. You get above 15 years, that bearded dragon has some excellent genes, and you did a spectacular job. Well done. And even Billy, at 10 years, even that's considered like you did a pretty good job. You did good. They lasted a long time. And I did a shit job with Billy. Not on purpose, mind you. I did my best for being a kid. But looking back on it and what people now tell you and how much animal husbandry has changed with bearded dragons and reptiles and stuff in the last few years, I did a terrible job. And I owned a bunch of different reptiles and amphibians. I did a terrible job with all of them. It's just the truth, and sometimes the truth hurts. But anyway, I'm gonna have to wake him up. That's what I think. I'm gonna have to wake him up and try to give him a bath, because we've already given him pumpkin puree, and we've already given him apple, and we've already been trying and trying and trying. He just won't freaking poop. And he wasn't given... See, he's almost a rescue. I mean, really, because they gave him to my niece, who's great. I love her. She's a tough, smart kid, and she's 6 when she got him. She had no idea what she was doing. Loved him, got bored of him, and gave him to us. It was the best thing she could have done. It was smart. She knew she couldn't take care of him. But my other older niece, who's 16, acts like, oh yeah, she was taking care of him. She knows what she's doing. It was a beautiful thing. But see, it wasn't. There is 4 fucking ferals here. swing and a miss. My reaction time was off by like as late as it could have possibly been. Where's the other feral? I missed the shots, but they took away my glory kill. I really like knifing those things. I just want to try to keep getting better at that if I can, because I enjoy that animation so much, and I've not gotten to do it very much. This police vulture gun is loud and super expensive, but it's really fun to shoot for some reason. Oh yeah, we're making all kinds of noise.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm starting to like this.
Even waking him up and giving him yet another bath, which I do once a week. See, it's like Billy, I maybe gave a bath once. Because I think I read somewhere like, yeah, you should give him a bath. I think I cleaned out his tank once. Like, yeah, I'd wipe down the sides and clean out his poop, but I never changed that calci sandwich. Now they tell you never to put him on because of obstruction. So, yeah. It's night and day. And yet this one's going to brewmate and we're super worried about him making it. Imagine if I could have taken good care of Billy, how many years he could have lasted. Have I told you this Gabba shit is weird? It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. I'm picking the least bad, and that's wake him up early out of brumation before hopefully he gets too deep into it. If that's a thing, it might just be like a binary thing. He's either in it and he's in a deep sleep, or he's not in it. I don't know, but my risk is, my gamble is, wake him up, give him a bath, try to make him poop again, because I don't think that it's safe to let him go into brumation with 3 weeks of freaking poo in his gut. The other challenge we've had is I'm from a small town. We have 2 vets in this town. Lucky to have them. They do not take reptiles. They won't see bearded dragons. They don't know how to take care of them. They're not willing to put that on themselves. They're like, don't you put that weight on me. They won't see him. So tomorrow we're going to call them up and see if they will do at least a fecal test, which apparently they're willing to do. Most vets are willing to do because it's literally they just look at the poop under the microscope and see if there's parasites or not. And if we could like see, all this can be dispelled immediately if we can just get him to poop, take a sample of it. I'm 50 episodes into this. Give me a break. This is commentary at this point for this playthrough. We've even run out of goals outside of stealth killing a jug. Get him to poop, take a stool sample, then I'll take it to the local vet. Apparently one of the vet's offices has a cute girl working at it, which, you know, helps. And, yeah, they can say, hey, he doesn't have parasites. Again, this is the best case scenario. He's eaten some wild bugs, ladybugs, wasps, and shit. So we're pretty worried about parasites because we've heard that pinworms are pretty common in bearded dragons. We tried to not let him have any outside bugs, and like the amount of investment. See, with Billy, no baths. Gilbert gets a once a week bath. Super well done. You know, it's like scientific. He gets a electrolyte mix in the gallon of water, which is then temperatures. I checked the temperature with a digital thermostat at exactly 90 degrees. He bathes for exactly 15 minutes where he gets nice hot warm water, put over his back, scrub a dub with a brush. It's like this whole thing. Like, it's been all out. It's been this effort. And I mentioned how he's kind of a rescue. I never did finish that whole thing. They didn't turn his light on. And he lived the first 6 months of his life easy with them. And he got metabolic bone disease. He got metabolic bone disease in his back right leg. And it's super sad. He struggles to walk on it. He can't hitch it up. He can't move it up. And it's probably why he's going into... I think it's a combination of knowing it's winter and something about being gimpy. He's gimpy. because my niece, who swears, who I love as well, great kid, honestly, she means well. She's just 16 years old. You know, thinks that they were doing a great job, and I guess I probably would have too if I was them, but the fact is that they weren't. If he doesn't get the UVB because of the way they metabolize food, they're endothermic. They cannot make their own heat. They have to derive it from external sources. Reptiles are a study in productive laziness. They don't make heat themselves. They have to get it from their environment, and they are very smart and tactile about how they use that energy. Let's do this legacy. There was something else I was gonna take, but now I just forget and don't care.
Time for these assholes to learn how it works around here.
I think I'll actually use this to finish it up.
Take out their leader.
The guard's rage. But I better take a pyro launcher as well, just in case.
Drop by if you get a chance. We've got something that might help you.
So I'm just ready to finish this fight, Master Chief. Really, I'm ready to start the Halo Infinite campaign too. I just need long, unstructured time because I want to get into it and enjoy it. And I'll finish this thing on Gilbert, then I got another story actually, but Golden Honcho. I don't want to be too overloaded. This is the problem. But now I can't switch characters, damn it. These are all guns I wouldn't mind taking with me. This is the best thing to be weighed down with if I'm going into the end here. I think I'd honestly actually prefer... I prefer that thing. I don't care that people say that's the #1 gun, that little spec thing. This thing's got a huge mag. That's what matters to me. And I'm going to take some 7.62, of which I have plenty.
If only I had room for it.
And we got some meds and some stuff. And do we need the gas? Sure. What was the end of the Gilbert thing? There was a thing I was, oh yeah, well they gave him to us because my 7-year-old niece, it's like, here, you can take Gilbert. Because I think she was also just kind of over it, you know? Like, she didn't like that he was spiny, and like, she was starting to realize, oh, he's like a lizard. You can't really cuddle a lizard. And I was more than happy to have him. I've always liked reptiles a lot. So ultimately, the problem is, even though my other niece thought that they were doing a great job, not so much. They never gave him salad, ever. Because they were told, it's not their fault. They were told at the pet store not to feed him salad until he was an adult because they'd get sick. Huge mistake. By not feeding them salad when they're little, they are extremely picky eaters. So now we're trying to get them on a good diet of like mustard greens, collard greens, so on and so forth. Stuff that's really healthy for bearded dragons and their gut and their body. He doesn't eat it. He won't eat it, refuses it. We do everything. We put bee pollen on it, for God's sake. He will not touch it. It's more about habits than it is that bee pollen. And if we were ever going to stealth kill a jug, that was our opportunity probably, but I don't have the Echo Wraith on me. I do have the beautiful bastard of Bella Wood, and I'm pumped to have it. So glad we found that. That was a real high moment for this playthrough. We never did upgrade that cop cruiser either. We finished our playthrough so late, and the melatonin was flowing that I forgot to write down some of the goals. The only other thing that I've been sort of poking around at, so I was looking at
Don't think that's gonna happen.
these outposts. I was hoping maybe we could do another upgrade, but that was just such a minor goal. We definitely did the forever base, and I'm happy about that. So here was what was going on. They didn't feed him salad, so he never got in the habit. And you can do bee pollen, you can do some tricks, but ultimately, if you don't get him started on salad early, young, and often, it's going to be a struggle. And that's unfortunate because they really have to eat salad as they get into their later life. Once they get into adulthood, it really needs to start to become salad most of the time, for the sake of their digestion and overall health. So if you ever want to know about bearded dragons, somehow the last 2 episodes of the Homecoming playthrough became, here's how to take care of bearded dragons. I was really hoping the combination of butchery and the Bastard of Bella Wood would just be sick. It's probably my bad gameplay. Whoops, wrong button. Butchery. 30% blade lethality. Leg stand and standing execution. Max health, food storage. I don't have a bladed weapon, but but we do have Hogan. Heroism. Plus 27% blade lethality. I'd like to see what the top is if you go swordplay. Whether that's higher or not.
You look well.
What you got?
Greetings, traveler. Have you heard of the High Elves? Well, met up some other locals, helped you out, and well, we managed to procure some goodies.
I won't forget this.
Appreciate y'all. I'd actually rather take that med kit. Since it's the bite binders, I actually prefer if they would have gave me the med kits. That's okay, though. I don't have a crafting kit. I really thought I was going to have a crafting kit. It's all good, though. You know what? Hey, let's enlist a follower. I need to do this more often when we're doing these missions when we get to the end. But these guys are looking pretty rough. Rashid,
If you've got a moment.
come along, friend.
You're in charge.
Okay, so they're over there, and they didn't feed him salad, and now that kind of sucks because we can't get him to eat salad. And then the worst thing was, it's a 6-year-old, and she's in charge of a very, very specific light schedule, and what is not supposed to be very, very specific lighting. Well, they didn't have the right kind of bulbs. Again, I don't blame them. It's all right. You know, it's like what most people do. They buy the dragon. They don't really know that much. The people at Petland tell them something. People at Petland think they're telling them right, but they're not necessarily telling them right. It becomes a disaster. They don't have the UVB. They cannot metabolize their food correctly. Their bones can't develop correctly, naturally. They cannot synthesize calcium, digest it. Therefore, their bones turn brittle and broken and twisted and warped, and it's this awful disease. It looks like rheumatoid arthritis mixed with multiple sclerosis, and it's terrible, painful for the dragon, and it breaks their bodies, but it does not kill them, which is the worst thing about it, I suppose. It's not a merciful thing. And let's stop here and repair the vehicle just in case. All contingencies must be planned out. Well, 6-year-old niece did not get the light on every day around the same time, or maybe for as long as it should be, or maybe sometimes just kind of forgot it altogether, and so he didn't have his light. And he was in that really important stage if you're going to own a really any animal when they're just super young, and you'll shape them. We've talked a little bit of philosophy, because there's always philosophy in keeping animals, because you get to see things. You get to see things that you know are in us. That nature over nurture, I mean, it's both, right? And nurture plays a big role. But nature definitely determines some things. You're going to be born maybe with some things some other people aren't born with, like longevity for one. So the lights weren't coming on, so it was up to my 16-year-old niece, who claims they did a great job on it. But the thing is, her great job, she told me like straight up, because it wasn't a malicious thing on her part or their part. Yeah, she gets up like at noon or maybe 2 or maybe 3 sometimes, because she's a teenage girl, and it was summer, and they're on break, and they're out of homeschool, so they were just out of homeschool at that point, so their sleep schedules were all over the place. So that meant that this is where we did a forever base. GG. It felt good. It was a good thing we did that. I'm glad we did that. Now I'm going to ruin it and go ahead and make this the outpost again, so we have a safe zone in that area. Again, all contingencies. So it means he had an extremely, and when he's in that really important juvenile stage, extremely uneven, inconsistent lighting schedule, and not with the right bulbs. And so he did get metabolic bone disease. And I think that he'll never get very big as a result, even though he's gotten bigger. For a bearded dragon, he's not that big. And so here we go. The last 2 episodes were Bearded Dragons, the documentary.
Just about there.
We're just out of shit to talk about in State of Decay for right now. Update 28 is okay. I don't like some of the stuff they did with the Gamma. And Homecoming was sweet, but I already made a video on it. So, well, I'll post this on the Legacy, and we'll do it with Grace, and that feels good. I'm glad we'll hopefully get it done right here.
Something out there still needs taking.
The way he's lucky it didn't get very bad. It was primarily... I don't have any coffee. Can we make coffee? At least this is working now. We might as well spend all the resources. I mean, we're about to be done. I guess he's gonna die. I don't know why I would make more. There we go, more primary care. That's what I wanted to do. Oh, he said he was really screwed now, but now he like seems good. Okay, our shit is crazy now. In fact, I want to see her totals. Are you gonna help me, Rashid? In his back right ankle, he can't high step, but he still moves okay, because again, they're tough critters, and he still manages, but it's there, and you can tell, and I'm sure it's gonna affect him the rest of his life, and so we've really tried to, like, give him the utmost of care. I think that's why we've really, like, stepped it up, even more than usual, which you do with, like, sickly kids. Like, you just do everything in your power to try to help them. And that's, you know, I know it's illogical, and I've always been upset with people who I felt like took their animals kind of too seriously, or maybe even treated them better than people. But it'd been a while since I had a pet, and you know, I still think it's obnoxious, even in myself, but I get it better. And I've even like read about it because I find it weird. But I guess it's a nurturing instinct, and that's just the thing humans have. I'm doing the right trigger and X, but I'm pretty sure I just need to press Y. I think that's a holdout from the long ago. Oh, they're already here and it's already bad. I thought we were gonna have like a talk. I keep thinking about the trader playthrough.
I'm the law in this town, you got that? For the murder of my friends, I sentence you to death.
Is it just him?
Gonna make my day.
Pretty easy.
There's a screamer.
What's her plan here? I was totally a guy on the radio, but holy shit, look at that.
Ready to die.
You did not have a gun 5 minutes ago. Is that Hal? Dude, Hal is an amazing voice actor. Oh no, that's Hal. We have so much health, I'm pretty sure we took a headshot and we just walked it off. Poor Rashid. He's our sacrificial lamb down there. Oh, that went real bad. I didn't want to get too high up, actually. Oh, that shit is spreading real bad. Wish that wasn't affecting us so bad. Oh shit, he got on the stairs. Rashid, fuck her up. Dude, tear him up. She's in the middle of that shit. Tear her up. So is that Hal now? That is Hal? That doesn't make any sense. That's not Hal. That one screamer is causing a lot of problems. This is like the end of a movie. It's epic. I need to find a conclusion. I don't know. I think I found the conclusion there. There was something else I was going to talk to about besides the bearded dragons. It was going to be my next topic, but I've lost it too. So it was bearded dragon
Could make a real mess.
finale hour. She's still hanging in there, is she? Is she still hanging in there? Wait, is Hal still alive? I think Hal is still alive.
Stay out of that cloud.
Thank God for that little bit of knockback they do. Did Rashid die? Powerhouse for the win. Who's still down there, actually? And that fucking screamer needs to shut up. Where is that bastard? Fuck off, dude. He's even covering the stairs. That is, dude, that is a boss level screamer. It sprayed the stairs so we couldn't walk down at it. But tree's looking pretty good right now. Okay, we got problems though. Where is Hal?
Back down, honey.
That's right, Bloater. Walk into that shit.
That cloud will kill you.
Still 2 more humans down here. Oh god, don't tell me it bugged out. Be on the roof. I've had this mission bug out a bunch. It's the first time we've done it on the... Oh shit. Okay, okay. Are they always up here though? Well, this is really tricky because going up the stairs is almost a guarantee they're going to shoot us in the face. Let's see if any of the buddies had explosives. If anything, I'll just wait for sniper support again. See if I care. All right, so we now know you can loot vertically. Any explosives. We'll take any of them. Did Rashid leave? I felt bad to use the bite binders like that, but I gotta remind myself it actually doesn't matter. This was just sitting here this whole time. Damn. Question is, maybe I can... I was hoping I could climb up on this too. Maybe. I'm kind of doubting it though. I'm thinking there might be an angle. Even if I use this thing. Fire launcher from here. How long until we get sniper support? So anyway, about bearded dragons. What the hell was I going to talk to about besides bearded dragons? I felt like it was a lot more relevant too. It was actually about like video games and stuff. Out of all this down here, there's not like one, I don't know, flare. Where's Rashid though? Where did Rashid fall? I don't see his body. I see her body. I don't see Rashid's.
It's a screamer.
Oh, my back. Holy shit. We're 44 minutes into this, but we're literally on the last mission, so. Even though it might take 14 minutes to This is some shit, man. There's two guys up here. What the fuck? He won't even look. You gotta like run up there at him. Could have swore I brought there was some flashbangs in the car. Oh, he actually took a shot at me.
I brought back the good stuff.
They're piling up again. I think I got a flashbang in the car. So we'll start there.
Feral, eyes open.
Not just one, too. Good lord.
Okay, go for the head.
Damn. I know that was ugly. I'll admit it. Can't really defend that. Where's that other feral? Come on, this is the bastard at Bella Wood we're talking about. This is kind of dumb. I mean, I can't just walk up on the roof. It's literally a death trap. So it's just not as simple as walk up there, you pussy. This would be losing a character we've had for 3 years and has survived the great bearded dragon reign of 2021 on the dying days of 2021. Trying to find some chapstick. I bought some more Ricola because we're going through it so fast. Here's some chapstick. Flashbangs. And that's going to be the strat too. I don't want to do it, but I think I'm going to have to use the Mac 10.
Down to the last one.
Pop scent block so we hopefully to
Better make this last mag count.
avoid getting too messed up. Why not just finish this up? I'm gonna pop some Adderall. I'm gonna throw a flashbang up there. I'm gonna open up with some fire. This must be where Rashid fell. Yeah, that's Rashid. So I'm gonna have to try to toss this up here. I might have hit. I'm going for it.
Down to the last one.
He should be dead.
Violence doesn't solve problems.
What's up?
Later.
You don't want to talk, Doug?
See ya.
Oh, Doug doesn't get to make it out of here. What the fuck?
That's that. This town is now officially outlaw free. Yep, I sure do like the sound of that.
I don't understand what happened there. I thought we got to talk to him and then make a decision and then blow his head off. He was not going to get to make it out of there. I was going to kill his ass. Sorry about that again. We did it. Homecoming playthrough done. It took 5 rants about bearded dragons and forgetting my train of thought and ADHD and a million other things. Hey, this is kind of unique. I'll stop for a sec. There's at least a new stage. So many people. We filled that screen up. Now this is why they soft capped you. They can't fill the screen. There's too many people. Any unique text? So far, she hasn't said
I
anything.
know it took a lot of hard work to get here, a lot of sacrifices. But when I see what this town has become thanks to us, I mean, if we can fix one town, we can fix the next one, right? And the next.
This is so glitchy right now. She only read half of the lines. That was the Homecoming playthrough. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I put a whole video out on Homecoming, and for those that are at the stream, I love you guys. I miss you guys. And I hope that we're back real soon. And I'll be making some money, so it'll be a lot less stressful when I am back to streaming. It looks like they changed that. Let's, I'll finish this out. I feel like this is fitting to end with you guys. Of course, we gotta have grace. I think we picked the people that die, right? Honestly, I don't really need Ari either. But yeah, Oz, Grace, Whiskey, Kimberly, Emma. It's all good with me. I thought Grace had made it through more people than that. Let me look at the legacy pool real quick. Sorry, Undead Labs. We'll watch the credits again on another one. As far as State of Decay content, for those people that are State of Decay people with me, I'm going to do the Lone Wolf. I'm going to start it now. And after I do that, that'll be it for a little while. I'm going to be putting some guides out though too. I could have swore she was on our third one. I almost want to give her our third legacy just for shits and gigs. I mean, Vin's gonna meet her and see. It was gonna be Nerd. Oh wait, it does kind of need to be Nerd because he's a hacker. But to be honest with the community editor, that doesn't mean that much. Is he the hacker? I called him Nerd. So which one's Nerd? There he is. Nerd, Baby Driver, Doc. They were going to be the Day 99 run people. Okay, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Thanks a lot.